Hey New Life family, it's Rachel McKinley, the social media manager here. I'm here with Marie Aspling and Darrin Birks, and we are so excited to hear everything they have to share with us today because they have been sharing so much with you all, and I'm excited to finally have a moment of their time and just be able to start asking them so many questions because I want to hear everything. So first, I just want to ask you guys about your love story. I mean,
you want the real story or you want her side of it?
Mine's real, by the way. We'll start with him.
So I actually met her while prospecting for this business. When I first got started with New Life, I knew I wanted to find some scientific-oriented people. So I went through my Facebook network and I came across this lovely lady and showed her the business and showed her the product. And over 3 months of her doing her due diligence on the products, we actually started really hitting it off, and we tend to talk a lot more about other things than just the gel, and we fell in love. And things went pretty quickly, and now we bought a house in Florida together.
No way.
Yeah, we're building together and living together.
That's amazing. Congrats. Yeah. So have you always been interested in, homeopathic products? Have you always been interested in things like that, like the Somaderm and everything like that? Or is this just something that someone approached you and you're like, this sounds pretty cool?
I've been in the fitness world for a while, but I actually left the fitness world. The opportunity is what honestly got my first glance, and because I recognize business and I recognize powerful products, I recognize how many people had tremendous stories from this product. But then when I showed it to her and she put her scientific background and her stamp of approval on the product, that's when I really got focused more on the product.
That's awesome. Amazing. And what about you, Marie? How did you get, I know that you were talking at first, and then how did you find New Life? How did you come to know for yourself, like, this is the real deal?
Well, like Darrin was saying, he was the one prospected me and reached out, and I was very skeptical because I have a pretty extensive background in both science, medicine, and then health and wellness, right? So for a supplement to basically pass my standards is high. It's very hard. So I told him right up front, I said, listen, like, there are millions of supplements and I take maybe a handful, that's it. And it's the highest quality, right? So I said, just don't expect me to jump on this. But then I did my research and I got to talk to Alexi and Ellie and understood the power of the formulation. And I am in natural health. I am about building the body from within. So that got my interest. And the deeper I dove into the product, the more I understood about the homeopathic formulation, the more I was like, this is a game changer.
Yeah.
For basically the entire population. Because hormonal imbalance is something I've witnessed in my own body as a female, but also with my private practice with all the clients, men and women. It causes so many issues, and if we just address that, we can thrive in life.
Yeah,
so.
That's amazing. And that was, how long ago was that you guys first were introduced to the gel? How long has it been now?
In June last year. I got basically the message.
I actually saw it February of 2018 from Kate, and I didn't really give it a fair look back then, and then I saw her again through Paul Capozio last year. And it was probably within the first couple of weeks where I actually brought her on to look at it.
And I think also it's important to point out there's misconceptions around the product, right? There's a lot of, like I was mentioning on the stage, HDH gel. Like, no, it's not HDH gel. It's not the whole, so it's different between hormone replacement therapy and homeopathic medicine. There's two complete different science behind that, right? So I think that's important to point out, and that's why it piqued my interest, because it supports our own natural production and it balances our body, strengthens our body, but it doesn't replace our own existing hormones, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
So that was something that I think required me to educate myself, and I took my time and I did the research, I asked the questions, and then I realized this is something that is very different to what some people are mentioning. Same with the company. There's a lot of misconceptions.
Yeah.
And when he introduced the actual business side of it, as an entrepreneur, that was very intriguing to me as well. But again, there's so much misinformation, misconceptions, and confusion sometimes. So the deeper I dove, the more convinced I got, both from a product perspective and a business as a whole, because the values that New Your Life has as a company, with their formulation, quality, no compromise on quality, it's the highest, the only one, right, in the market. That matters to me. We just don't want to be one of many, or have low quality. Like, we want to be the best of the best, and that's why I'm here.
Yeah, and it's amazing what you were saying, because that's something that Alexi has driven home time and time again. He's always said it's not about the money, it's not about how much I make, it's about the people, it's about the lives that are changing, it's about the family that we're building, and it's so much better than that. And it's when you know that that's the thought process behind the CEO and founder of New Your Life, then you know this is a company to stand behind, and that's a good, it's something worth putting into yourself.
Well, the fact that he is the founder and formulator, that's a very unique combination. And when there is a solid product, it's a winning concept. But then when it's based upon that mission of really wanting better health, tied with better finance, right? It's win-win.
Yeah, truly. And sorry, did you want to say something?
No.
Okay, you look like you wanted to say. I was like,
no.
Don't let me interrupt. Awesome. Well, I want to take a step away from the product for a second, because you two are such a, well, first of all, amazing couple, but you're also very in a unique position where you both have your very solidified brands, and that's something that a lot of people these days, especially if you go on social media, you can tell that, oh, this company doesn't really know its voice, or this person who's trying to sell me something, they don't really know what they're trying to do. But when you go onto both of your socials or any platform that you guys are on, you can really tell, like, oh, these people care about health, they care about creating a better lifestyle for themselves and taking care of themselves. And it's something that's very admirable, I would say, especially, with all the noise that we get on social media. So I want to ask you, Darrin, can you tell me a little bit more about your self-branding and how you've achieved this for yourself?
Yeah, branding is everything. There's a big difference between being a branded marketer and being a salesperson. And when it comes to us, what's extra unique and interesting is how opposite we are, but how we share the same core values, right? And so she's obviously more health focused, I'm more entrepreneurial focused, but I've learned through my years in this industry, as well as years of being an entrepreneur, that you get a message across better if you're not selling it, and if you're more telling a story and educating. So I built my brand in the beginning through by explaining that I was being taught something. So every time I would learn something from an entrepreneur or a mentor, I'd say, hey, I'm learning this today, guys. And I started building that follow through with my posts. So my network branded me as the person that was learning and growing on myself. Then that evolved to the place where now I was teaching people. So that and I guess, again, this happens over the course of years. You can't expect this to happen overnight, but years fly by anyway. So you might as well start now. And whether you're on the journey of learning, you can brand yourself as someone that's learning and investing in yourself. And eventually that turns into being branded as someone that knows quite a bit. And you can pick your niche. Her niche is health and wellness and cold therapy. My niche is being bald and having a great beard. Just kidding. Didn't choose this. This chose me. But my brand is entrepreneurship and creative thinking and thinking outside the box, understanding the ecosystems and the services that are encompassing adult life. Most of us know algebra, thank God, right? We're not taught the things that we should have been taught in school. And I talk about taxes, I talk about credit, I talk about real estate, because that it comes in to the ecosystem of being someone that needs to look for other answers than what the school system taught us, which opens the door for opportunity to talk about what we do here with New Your Life.
Yeah. And sorry.
Yeah, can I just jump in there and add a little bit to that, because I think it's such a great question, and I think what we both want through our social media platforms and through my brand, my company, is leading by example, or showing what we stand for instead of selling a product. I mean, products has been part of my career, right? But I've never really sold a product. I sell the result, and it's something that I believe in, right? Whether it's health or skincare, we talk about supplements. So showing also in terms of lifestyle, it's like, what lifestyle have we created for ourselves? and inspire others that it's possible. Because we are all about making that change. We have to rethink school systems. We have to rethink how life is done. That we don't have to be boxed in and do the traditional 9 to 5 and this and that, only one income. No, there's different ways. We're entrepreneurial. We share that we think outside the box, and we want to lead by example and show if we can do it, you can do it. And I think when you have an established, we both came as entrepreneurs, right? I have my brand and he has his. And I think adding, I think some already established business people, they're hesitant to join something like New Life because they feel like they have to change their whole identity, or they have to choose between their existing brand, but you don't have to choose. You can integrate. Yeah. So I think that is an objection a lot of people have, like, but I'm a lawyer, or I'm known for this. Like, yeah, I'm known for my company, I'm known for what I do, but this aligns with that. This is one venture that I'm doing because I'm in alignment. So I'm adding to life, and now I can add to New Life, right? I can contribute, I can be part of something, so we can not only benefit ourselves, but help more people. Yeah. So coming from a place of, leading by example and showing more so, what can you have if you do this? What can you have if you optimize your health? How can you look and how can you feel, and what are the tools? And that's kind of what we share.
I love that. And it seems like you're kind of alluding to this idea of finding that individualism, and in that individualism, you'll find leadership qualities. Mm-hmm. And that is what really drives people towards you, and it really attracts people because they want to be able to trust someone that's confident in themselves. They want to trust someone that's confident in what they're doing and in their business and things like that. And that's really something that is really key in this industry. So I want to ask you, Darrin, you have quite a big team, and it's very impressive. I mean, I feel like everyone that I talk to is like, you got to check out what Darrin's doing, like check out his team and everything. So can you tell me a little bit about your team? And then a follow-up question to that one would be, what quality of leaderships do you look for when you're searching for someone to join your team?
So, good question. First of all, the team is a blessing. My team name is Divici. D-I-A stands for diamond, and Vici Latin for I conquered, and we just believe in freedom. And the majority of my team at this moment is in the actual Asia market, which is incredible. And I've always been impressed with what the Asian cultures and markets do in terms of business. They're just so much more advanced when it comes to understanding entrepreneurship and understanding what I like to call profit share distribution, or this industry that we're in. And so that has sparked up like wildfire. Jeannie Kim and Dr. Wee Kim, and they have done such an incredible job putting together just under 10,000 people in the last half a year or so. And then the domestic market is started with my core people from Boston. I'm originally from Boston, if you couldn't tell from the accent. It's tattooed on my arm in case I get lost, they can send me back. But my core people that came with me from past businesses are helping me launch the domestic market. And I'm very excited about that because I feel, not to segue off, I feel that we're in a very interesting time right now. And I use analogies a lot to explain things to people because it's easy to click when people have something to compare to. And so I always talk to people. I say, if I was to ask you to invest in an online dating website in 2002, would you have invested with me? Most people would slap me for asking, right? And as a consumer, you definitely wouldn't be on online dating with Creepy Chowler and Stalker Sally on the interweb back in the day, right? But today, Tinder's worth $7 billion. So from an investment standpoint, we understand that makes sense, right? It makes money. And from a consumer standpoint, people prefer to meet online and swipe rather than go hang out at the bar. And then now they see creepy people at the bar, right? Where it's flipped. How did an industry that was once villainated now turn into the preferred way for not only the consumer, but for also the investor or the entrepreneur? And that's what we're seeing happen with the industry of network marketing, which I now like to dub profit share distribution or digital distribution. It's the perfect timing. An industry that was once had right idea, bad follow through, right, or bad timing, or wrong timing, or just wasn't socially adopted yet. Since after the pandemic and everything that went down, now number one search thing is how to work from home, and so it's that timing of being able to catch an industry before it does the flipsy flop that can make you a lot of money and can put you in a position to be a founding adopter of something that eventually is going to be the norm, because most people just can't cut it with the 9 to 5 anymore.
Yeah.
You know, so
It's amazing. And so again, the follow-up question of like, what do you look for when you're looking for someone? Because you don't want to just add like anybody, because I mean, you got to be very selective. You got to look for certain things. So what do you look for when you're wanting to add someone?
it's a good question. You don't want to just add anybody. We have this scarcity mindset where we're always just trying to sign up as many people as possible, and I'm the opposite. Like, I want to vet people before they join my organization, because as soon as they join our organization, they're an extension of us. Their results or lack thereof become a reflection of us. And so I look for people that have integrity and follow through, right? The people that have never finished anything they started in their life is not someone that I'm looking to partner with. And someone that is more interested in the greater good of the organization and the accomplishment of the end goal than being all about them throughout the process, or not being malleable with how to accomplish the end goal, right? We live in a time where having a mindset of one way is going to work for the next 40 years is not realistic. Things are changing quicker than ever before. You got to be malleable with how you get whatever task you want to accomplish. So I'm looking for people, as long as they can be have integrity and they can follow through with what they said they're going to do. If they're going to give me effort, they give me effort. If they're going to show up, they're going to show up. I can work with them, and those are the major qualifications.
Yeah, and I think it goes both ways too. They want to feel like you have their back, and they want to feel like, or you want to feel like they've got your back too.
Yeah.
So it really is just such a give-take relationship, and it's a very fine relationship to balance too, because it can be kind of difficult at times. So
Absolutely.
just got to give props to you, because you guys are doing an amazing job. So
Well, it's about quality. It's really working together, and we talk a lot about that, setting the culture, setting the expectations, having clarity, and work with those that share that. Because otherwise you have this push-pull, you have people of different mindsets, sometimes toxic mindset, drama, all these things that the noise we want to remove, because it's a distraction. So when you're more selective, you can actually do more with less people versus having many that just run in different directions and dilute the mission. So it's very much about coming down to that cohesiveness, unity, and being in alignment. And when that happens, you produce much more. And we're still working on that, really establishing like the core foundations, like building a building, right? You gotta establish the foundation, and then from there, you create something strong, sustainable, not this explosion and then the crash, right?
Yeah.
So we're looking for that. We're looking to, and I think that's what we both love so much. I was not in this business before, so this is my first year. Darrin has extensive, background and experience in it, and it has bad reputation because of what others have done in the past. So we're so hungry to show, and that this can be done differently, and that it's the future.
yeah, I love that.
Regardless of background.
Yeah, and I love that. And it kind of, like what you were saying, you need to have good quality people to build a good foundation. And when you have a good foundation, then you can just...
You can get through anything.
Yeah.
And that's what I value with Alexi and your life, is that it's not about not having hard times. It's not about not having problems. But if you are together with people that look for solutions, look for opportunities, versus the ones that become erratic or frantic or fear-based, right? They create turmoil. So if you can surround yourself with people like, hey, this is a problem, but we're going to focus on the solution. That's a mindset. And that's when you create stability. And any organization or company requires, and it's what I've seen in my own entrepreneurial life, the better you can focus on coming back to your values, not compromising those values, and stay your course and attract those that believe in that, you have an unshakable organization. And you can weather a 2020. You can weather a lot. Doesn't mean that it's easy, but you can do hard things
Yeah.
with the right people.
I love that. I love that you guys have so many good things to share about leadership and about how to build your company and how to just make it successful, not just like what it's like where it's like not just surviving, but you're thriving. So I love that. I just want to ask you guys, well, I guess 2 questions, one for each of you before we leave. So Marie, I want to ask you, we have just released, different versions of Somaderm products and things like that. So tell me how you feel about the future of New Life. What are you most excited for, and anything you want to share with anyone?
I was just telling Darrin last night, I'm already excited as just to have Somaderm, right? But what Alexi was sharing last night about the projections, the vision for the next 24 months, when he's now taking an already revolutionary supplement and optimizing it to being even more specific for the males, females, day, night, and then also the fusion with the CBD. I'm like buzzing. That's the only word I feel. And I'm actually, like I said, I'm skeptical. Like, I'm not the first one to be like, yay, that's it. But I'm so excited because I think we have already come so far. New Year Life has done such an extraordinary job, but I don't feel like we've started. I almost I left last night saying this is rebirth.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a reignition, it's a new chance, new opportunity, and I feel myself very reignited to now. I feel like, I was saying this over lunch, I feel like New Year Life keeps raising the standards, and just proving over and over the quality. And quality lasts. Quality is a winning concept. And that gives me a lot of confidence and faith. And it makes me a better leader because now I feel good about telling our team, hey, we're here to stay. We are going to make some moves now. And that's taken me a little time. I've been in New Year Life now for a year, but I've taken my time with it because it's about trust for me.
Yeah.
It's about establishing relationship and seeing over time the true colors, right? It's like dating. Like you don't want to just like jump in and you want to feel each other out, and that's been my journey here. And I can't say one incident that has made me hesitant. So I keep being over and over again reminded of the quality and what this company stands for. And Darrin and I have together now worked, we complement each other as leaders, and we have found a way now to build together, and we're hungry to really just go to the next level. And the timing of the Yukon and the timing of the release of new products. Timing is everything. And when there's alignment in timing, opportunity comes, and as an entrepreneur, you jump.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. I want to ask you one last question, Darrin, if that's okay?
Yeah.
So, aside from the products, which we know Marie is buzzing about, aside from the products, we also have just launched a ton of new resources to help people turn into leaders. We've said before, leaders aren't born, they're made. So we have a ton of new products, we have a new app, we have the LMS right now, and we also are opening 4 new countries. So I want to ask you, what are you most excited for as an entrepreneur for New Life?
I'm definitely excited about the app. The cohesive nature of the communication that it allows us to have with corporate in the field, and the accessibility to information is huge. But the biggest part that I'm excited about is the growth potential that we have here. It's very rare to be in a situation where, like she said, we have a formulator founder, right? Usually it's business people that are white labeling a product, and they're trying to squeeze as much profit margin out of it as possible. To be debt free as a company, to be going in 5 years in, have such a loyal customer base, but still have so much growth to be had when it comes to the business partners of the company. I mean, you just don't have that. You don't have these kind of stories and not have the business side built out yet. It's such a diamond in the rough that is extremely exciting to me. So everybody that's watching this, you need to be at this next event, because what you see from this point on, you are now enlightened, right? Once you know something, you can't unknow it. And we told you what is going to happen with this. So now you've been warned that you need to be at this next convention, because when you see what happens, you can't unsee it. And you're going to be saying, like, I knew better, and the bald Italian guides warned me that I should be there.
Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. It was such nice to talk to you guys. Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you. All right, we'll see you guys later. Bye.